Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's the commish back here with another draft preview, and we start our tier two draft previews with an owner out of the Canadian division. It's Jordan Mclovin, who I'm not quite sure how long has been in the format. Never did get back to me on how many years. I think it's definitely been a few years for sure. You've been stuck in tier two here for a while, and you just really haven't come close to moving out of it. To be honest, last year was your what I think was your best season in tier two. I could be wrong. Maybe you might want to comment on that. But anyways, let's just get right into your preview. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we'll get right into it. So there we have it, Jordan Mclovin. So yeah, he's been in tier two for a bit. Looking at the keeper situation here, pretty balanced roster in terms of your keepers. You're going Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's definitely consensus top three fantasy player this year on most boards. So I think you obviously have the quarterback anyone would want. Then you got a Marion Hampton. Again, this guy's considered a riser this year. Hopefully, he could stay healthy with the Chargers. Not much competition there, but there are other running backs there like Keaton Mitchell, and we'll have to see how he fits in into the potential offense there. Wide receiver, you got Garrett Wilson here, who unfortunately for him has come into the league and has had some of the worst quarterback play a guy could ever have in terms of trying to produce. This year it's Geno Smith, and that's probably the best quarterback he's ever had. Pretty sad, to be honest. Then you got Michael Pittman, who moved teams to Pittsburgh. He's going to want to prove something on the black and yellow. Of course, Aaron Rodgers will be throwing the ball one last year there, so we'll see if he likes Pittman. Rodgers is pretty, picky on who he goes with. You can see Colston Loveland at tight end with the Bears, and I forgive me, I did not update this document since the trade. So you got Miles Garrett. I put Cleveland Browns. He obviously has now been traded to the Los Angeles Rams. So my mistake there, and sorry for not getting that updated. But Miles Garrett now a Los Angeles Ram. I think he's still going to produce on the Rams. I don't think he's going to break any single season sack records. But I do feel the Rams are obviously going to win the Super Bowl this year. Some other potential keepers. I mean, Charbonnet, huge risk because he's out half the year likely. Romeo Dobbs, I think, would be a potential keeper as well. I view him right there with Michael Pittman. You also got Mark Andrews, the veteran. He could be around for 1 year. Jordan Brooks is an unbelievable linebacker. I think he could definitely be an IDP keeper for you. I know that's going to be hard now with Miles on the Rams. So those are pretty much the other keepers you could have gone with for sure. Looking at your season last year again, I think it was your best season in the format. You tell me different, but you ended up seventh. You were one and done in the playoffs. You lost to Jake, and the Canadian division is a tough division, right? And we'll talk about that. But your regular season was 8-6, so you did pretty well in that Canadian division. But with myself, Jake, and Olamber in there, it's definitely got some talent, and it's you got to win the division really in the LLC to hopefully go far because it guarantees you that top four seed. Looking at your draft picks here, well, you got a number of draft picks. You never made any trades on your draft picks, so really you just got your original picks. So as you can see in rounds 1 to 10, you got your 10 picks. 11 to 20, you got your 10 picks. Rounds 21 to 29, your 9 picks. You are picking 10th, then 23rd, then 42nd. So pretty easy to prepare for a draft like this, considering you've never traded a single draft pick last year. But sometimes that also could be a detriment to you. The only person for sure that's going to be guaranteed to have a draft pick scenario like me, this is me, because I can't trade draft picks in tier two or tier three as per the league rules. Looking at your likely first pick, you do have the balanced roster, right? You got the quarterback, one running back, two wide receivers, and a tight end, a keeper. I personally think you're going to go best available. And according to ADP by Sleeper, remember Jake hasn't set his keeper, so there are 5 guys there that I just considered he will be keeping. So looking at the ADP for 10th overall, and again, you could go with anything different here. This is just Sleeper's ADP. There have you landing on either Kyle Pitts, DK Metcalf, also a wide receiver on Pittsburgh, and Ramondre Stevenson. Running backs are a premium in this league, so Stevenson might be the pick. Maybe you decide to go Romeo Dobbs instead for New England and then get Metcalf at 10. That's also an option. Or maybe it's Pittman, who knows? I would think that Metcalf's going to have the better year, but could be wrong. Your 2026 outlook, potential storylines here. Well, again, the draft picks are all original. You got that balanced roster, as I mentioned, the tough division. Three of the four teams in the Canadian division made the playoffs last year. Almost every single team made it. So that just kind of shows you how tough the division is. The difference for success for your team, well, is it trades? You never made a single trade on the draft picks last year. I can tell you in the tiered format, the ones that figure it out trade picks to try to go all in if they feel their team's good enough to move up. We saw Scooter Ray try that last year here in Tier 2. It backfired, but you can always try to get picks back in the offseason. The difference for failure for you, I think, is going to be either a bad draft, a lack of waiver ads throughout the year. Again, I'm not 100% sure that you're always 100% active on the waiver wire. And that's really going to be the difference for tier two owners. You got to be active on the waiver wire. If you're not, you're never going to make it to tier one. And even if you did make it to tier one and you're not active on the waiver wire, you're not going to last long there. I'm going to be honest with you. And again, the lack of trades. So again, it's either all in or sell in the tiered format. If you feel your team's not going to make it, sell, right? Sell some of your players, get more picks for next year. Just always making sure you have five solid keepers. Anyways, that is Jordan Mclovin's draft preview for the year. I'm really excited to kick off tier two. I hope you enjoyed this first preview. Tomorrow we'll look at original Camille and throwbacks in terms of draft previews. Have a good day, everybody.